Health versus disease, coming right up. Hey, I'm Dr. Ekberg with Wellness for Life, and if you'd like to truly master health by understanding how the body really works, make sure that you subscribe and hit that notification bell so that you don't miss anything. As a society, we don't understand really the very basics of what health and disease is. So I'd like to take a few minutes and share something that we do in the office as part of our health seminar. And it's an analogy with a car instrument panel. So most people come into our office because they have some sort of pain, and they hurt in the shoulder, they hurt in the neck, and they think that the problem is in the neck or the shoulder. What we try to tell them is that the symptom is not the problem. The symptom is there because there's something that isn't working right. And rather than treating the shoulder or the neck, we need to treat the thing that isn't working. We need to restore that function. And even though that's such a simple concept, we've been conditioned to the opposite for so long that it's hard to grasp sometimes. So an analogy I like to use is that of driving in a car. You're driving down the highway and you're making good speed and the car is humming along, and then all of a sudden you get a message. You get a warning signal. And a warning signal is kind of like a symptom. It's not the problem, it's trying to tell you of a problem, okay? And this particular signal tells us that if we don't fill up gas, we're not going to go very far. So the signal is telling us something about something else, just like a symptom in the body does. And if we have more signals, more messages come on, then we know that there are more things that need attention. We get more information, there's more things to take care of. I always ask, how many people think that this would be a good idea? Duct tape, handyman's solution. Now we can't see the signal telling us of the problem, so the problem must be gone, right? Not really. Everyone laughs at this because they see the absurdity in covering up signals. And it's equally absurd to cover up symptoms, because if you cover up the symptom, you're allowing the problem to get worse. So let's say that you think the tape is a good idea and you keep driving, and your car comes to a grinding halt and you say, darn it, that was bad luck. Next time you get some warning signals, you say, hey, last time was probably just bad luck. Let me try it again. So you cover it up again and you say, darn it, the car crashed again. So let's say you were really, really stubborn. You weren't so bright that you tried that 1,000 times. How many times do you think that the car would spontaneously fill up on gas and get better? Correct, 0. 1,000 times out of 1,000, the problem would get worse until it didn't work at all anymore. Well, the moral of the story is the body works kind of the same way. When we cover up symptoms, we are allowing the problem to get worse. So if you get this saying, you understand a lot. You cannot create health by covering up symptoms any more than you can brighten a room by covering up the darkness. Think about it. How would that work? It's awfully dark in here. Let me cover up the darkness and make it light. It's not going to work. Why? Because light has certain properties. Health has certain properties. Light is measurable. It has energy, frequency, and vibration. All of those can be measured and quantified. They exist. Darkness, however, is the absence of energy, frequency, and vibration. Darkness can't be measured. It only exists as the absence of light. And health and disease are the exact same thing. That health is when we have sufficient function, energy, frequency, and vibration. The body is energy, frequency, and vibration. The body is also self-correcting and self-healing. So if we have sufficient energy, frequency, and vibration, the body will take those resources and create homeostasis, or balance, or health. If we don't have sufficient resources, there is the absence of the measurable things, the absence of the function, and disease is the result. But disease doesn't really exist. Just like darkness, disease is only the absence of the proper function. It doesn't exist as a real entity. And yet we have 40,000-50,000 labels of disease, and we try to treat the disease, and in doing that we always make it worse, because the problem is lack of proper energy, frequency, and vibration. The problem is lack of sufficient resources, and of course there's some toxicity and interference as well. So I hope this helps give you a different picture on what health is, what life is, how the body really works, and understand that there is a time and a place for medical care. That's called a crisis, a life-threatening crisis. But for the most part, the thing that they call disease is a lack of appropriate function. And the only goal in healthcare is to restore that appropriate function. It's our only goal. Return to normal and the body will do the rest. If you enjoy this kind of content, make sure that you subscribe and hit that notification bell so that you don't miss anything. And above all, please share this information, because there are millions of people dying and there's trillions of dollars being spent, and there's needless suffering going on because people don't understand these very, very basic things. Thanks for watching.